What's up guys, I'm Tanner, and as most of you guys already know, I'm on a hunt to summon all of the goth reptiles and animals possible. I currently have an IMG Black Devil Boa Constrictor and a Grammostola pulchra, commonly known as the Black Lab Tarantula. I don't want to spoil anything yet, but in a few weeks I do have a couple more goth animals coming into the household that I'm so excited to share with you guys. But today I want to talk about my ultimate dream animal and why I'm not getting it. Let's get it. If you've been on my Instagram at all, if you've seen any of the lives that I've done, you know that I want a black dragon monitor lizard so bad. They are so cute. They're huge. They're literally like the dogs of reptiles, I feel like. And they're black. They're like the ultimate goth reptile. I don't know. It doesn't get much better than that in my opinion. So why am I not getting one? First off, let's just talk about the maintenance and requirements for a black dragon. An adult black dragon monitor can get up to 8 feet. So that means that your enclosure is going to have to be like at least 10 feet. Probably bigger. That is the size of this room. Where am I gonna put that? Actually. Second off, I feel like the feeding schedule is a lot. It is every day, it is multiple times a day. I feel like that's almost more than a dog. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feed my dog once a day. She is so good with her food. I swear I fill it up in the morning. She will eat like a quarter throughout the day until it's all gone. It's crazy. But a black dragon's not like that. It's not like a snake where you only have to feed it every other week. It's not like a spider where you only have to feed it once a week. You have to feed it every day and probably at the same time. Because black dragon monitors are so smart, you can put them on a schedule. But if you put them on a schedule, you have to be there at that time. I absolutely love the Lizard Lounge, and he always talks about his monitors and how if he's literally late, like they will act amok. Also, just knowing me and my lifestyle, there are times where I'm not home at the same time every day, or maybe plans change and I end up going out earlier or later. And so being on a strict schedule is something I'm not sure if I'm quite ready for yet, but eventually, absolutely. All of those reasons kind of tie into number 2, which is I am renting a house currently. I do not own a home where I can make a full enclosure that I don't ever have to move again. The thought of moving just this enclosure alone is sending me into orbit. I never want to move right now. Imagine having a 10-foot enclosure that's also super tall. Absolutely not. That plus this plus all of the other animals that I would end up having. Yeah, I'm good. I think it's just smart for me to hold off and wait until I actually own a home that I can make everything permanent and established, and I don't have to worry about taking it down or moving it or whatever, because that actually sounds awful. I'm not kidding. Number 3, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this if they want animals that are on the more expensive side, the cost. Because I feel like a lot of people like to say, well, the animal is just this amount and that's it. It's not. It's not. A black dragon on average runs from about $2,500 to $3,000. Just for the animal. Then you have to get the enclosure. Mind you, again, this size enclosure might be fine for a baby. Okay, this was $300. Then you have to actually set it up. So let's say $500. I ended up doing the most with mine as I do, which ended up making it $1,000. That's just as a baby. Then when it's an adult, you have to go get another enclosure. You have to set that enclosure up. A bigger enclosure is gonna be more expensive. And on top of that, there's also the food. Again, your black dragon is gonna be eating every day. It's gonna be quite a bit. I guess if you're breeding feeders like crickets and stuff, I guess you can end with that cost, but at the same time, you're gonna be giving it quail, chicken. I've seen people give black dragons all different kinds of food, but that's stuff that you have to buy. So you do have to account for that cost as well. Ultimately, it's just not a cost that I wanna take on right now. It's a lot. It is a lot on top of the maintenance, and on top of just taking care of the animal, you have all of those costs as well. We also talked about in a previous video, we also have to take into account a vet bill, just in case that ever happens. So that's just not something that I'm ready to take on right now, but in the future when I'm ready, I am definitely aware of all of those costs. Also, I feel like my outfit looks really boring, but the shirt is actually really cute. It's just cute from the back. So I feel like I just needed to say that because y'all know I like my outfits, and I feel like the aura is still there. You just can't see it. But I know it. Shishai can see it, and he's loving it, I'm sure. Okay, we're back. What number are we on? I think we're on 4. Number 4 is the fact that I have a dog. I have seen people with black dragons and dogs, and they're able to socialize them enough to where they're both okay with each other. My dog does not like other dogs. My dog does not like smaller dogs. My dog does not like squirrels and things that are just smaller that could be prey. So because my dog is getting older, it is just something I'm a little weary of introducing her to at this point. If and when I have a black dragon, I want it to be able to free roam as much as possible. Of course, it's gonna have its enclosure where it's gonna spend majority of the time, but as much as possible, I do want him or her to be able to walk around and do whatever it does. That being said, I also want my dog to do that. I would hate to bring a black dragon in my home and my dog doesn't get along with it, and then at the end of the day, the black dragon's just gonna sit in its enclosure the entire time because what am I gonna do with her? Granted, yes, I can block off the rooms, but again, that's just not something that I wanna do. For the same reasons that I made sure that my snake and my dog were socialized, I don't wanna have to block off my dog. I don't wanna cut off parts of my life from her and them so that way I can spend time with them. Maybe that's just a personal thing, but that's something I don't want to do. So as much as I absolutely hate talking about this and bringing this up, I wouldn't bring a black dragon into my home until I did not have any dogs in this house. So that way I could make sure that the black dragon could do whatever it wanted. That way I don't have to worry about separating or socializing or anything like that. Just to add to that real quick, I do think that if I had a baby black dragon, I could introduce it to Raven and they could get along and grow up together. However, again, that's just not a risk that I want to take. I feel like it's important to recognize that yes, I think I could do it, but if I couldn't do it, there's going to be a lot of negatives between the both of their qualities of life, and I don't want to do that. Ultimately, I knew that when I got my snake, if Raven didn't get along with my snake, then, you know, I could put her up for 20 minutes and hold my snake and put him back, or stand up and hold my snake while my dog is walking around, and that's fine because I can control that better. A black dragon, you can't. The black dragon is going to be walking around on the same level as the dog. So that's where the difference is, and yeah. Ultimately, that's it. I'm glad that I don't have a fifth reason because there really are so many reasons that I do want one, but those 4 reasons are enough to say this is not the time. It's always important to be able to stop yourself, especially if you're in the reptile community or you're getting into the reptile community. When you're going to expos, it's so exciting and it's so overwhelming and it's so easy to make an impulsive decision. I was at an expo a couple months ago and I held a black dragon for the first time in my life. That was the first time me ever seeing one in person, and I fell in love, you guys. Oh my gosh. The little baby was so cute and he was already socialized, so I just saw like the future of what could be. And the breeder actually told me that they would cut the price in half if I got it today, and I was so close, you guys. I was like, I can do it. I was like, I don't have the enclosure, but give me a week, I can get it set up and then pick them up. I was really trying to justify it. And I took a pause, I walked around for 10 minutes and I really thought about all the reasons that I just mentioned, and that's when I was able to pump the brakes and say, this absolutely sucks, but this is not the time for me. I'm making this video to ultimately say, trust me, I see you. I see that you have your dream animal and I see that you want it so bad, and there's so many reasons why you want one. Trust me, I know that you would be the best parent to that reptile, arachnid, critter, whatever you're thinking of getting. But please, I literally always make a rule with myself that if I do want an animal at an expo, I will walk around for at least 10 minutes and really think on it and think of all the reasons why you should get it, why you shouldn't get it, weigh out your pros and cons. And from there, if you should get it and all of those reasons make sense, go for it. Just please be responsible and do your due diligence. Due diligence. Why is it every single video I don't know how to say a word? Okay. Due diligence. Just make sure that if you are bringing this animal into your home, that you really do have all of the means and the awareness and the research and knowledge to actually take care of that animal. We don't want to get to the point where you have to rehome your animal because you didn't consider all of the variables, and you didn't consider, oh, in a month I might be moving, and if I move, I can't take that animal because they don't accept reptiles, or financial situations, being able to pay for that animal's food, the enclosure, again, upgrades for the enclosure, because a baby is easy. When you see a baby reptile, it's easy to say, okay, this is its enclosure, it's an easy day. But as soon as it grows out, guess what? You have to get another one, and sometimes you have to get another one from that. So just please take that into consideration. Talk to your friends, make sure that they knock some sense into you, and if they try to knock sense into you and you say you already know that, and you've already considered it, and you've already been thinking about it, and you know what you're doing, go for it. I'm so excited, and I hope that you share it with me because I want to see your baby. I want to see your dream reptile, because we all deserve to have our dream reptile. And believe me when I say it, I cannot wait for the day that I'm making a video of me introducing my black dragon to you guys. But when I do, I will make sure that it's at the time where all of those things are considered and I'm able to move forward with bringing that animal into my home. I would absolutely love to hear what your dream animal, reptile, arachnid is, and if you don't already have it, what's stopping you? What are the factors that you're trying to figure out? Or if you do have it, what were things that you went through and double checked to make sure that you were good to go before you brought that animal into your home, just so that we can all raise awareness together. I'm sure there are other things that I didn't list that you guys might have had to go through that might help somebody else say, oh shoot, I didn't even think of that. Let's think about it. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down, because yeah, I guess that's what you do when you don't like something. And as always, be kind, curious, goofy, and spooky, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.